Hello, Steamboat. The chief is here, just so you want to know, so we got to put our game face on it. It's me, TC. Hello, Steamboat, coming to you live from Chief Theater, downtown Steamboat Springs, episode 4. I'm going to keep doing that until we get to like episode 10. I'm going to stop. Like I was saying, you were wondering, hey, how do you look so good, Tony? Why do you sound so good? How's this whole thing coming together? Rick and Rock Productions. And from Rick and Rock Productions, Rock, come on down.
Yeah.
Cameo its own. How are you, baby?
Can't get enough.
No, well, it's
Getting as many hugs as possible.
this is true. Now, thank you.
Oh yeah, sure thing. Just a little bit of makeup, a little bit of power.
There it is. See, yeah, good. This
Excellent.
side, right? People don't realize this is the one. Can I brag on you real quick? Get to the Always Mountain Time Radio. We had a great time there. We're kicking butt. We're doing great radio ads for people. This one is making me sound great. People are like, how do your radio ads sound? So, this girl named Christina, amazing, AKA Rock. Fast forward, I moved to another location. We got some TV stuff going on. I'm thinking, who has audio, video knowledge and is cool? Rock. I beg, I plead, I dropped to a knee, I paid her off. She came with us. Next thing you know, we got Rick and Rock Productions. Rock.
Not too far off.
Pretty
Pretty
good?
close. I mean, a little more begging to what he's revealing, but no, it's good.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a never-ending quest, though, of course. Looking good, sounding good. I mean, you already have it.
Thank you.
But how can I portray it? So that's
Yes.
my never-ending battle. And of course, as we get new equipment, new toys,
Yeah.
we're always playing with that idea, so it'll get even better.
Even.
Not to get your hopes up too much, but it's my goal.
Give the people the knowledge where the Rock came from, how she got these skills to do this set and all this
Oh, well, I
technical
mean,
stuff.
I think this really all stems from, let's see how many jobs and careers I can do in my entire life. So, you start off as a Chuck E. Cheese rat, and then you go through a whole bunch of things. Let's see, chocolatier, cashier, phone representative, shipping manager. And then I was like, you know what? I got a decent voice. So I threw myself into radio. So I actually, in Chicago, went to the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. So shout out to them, but they changed their name to the Illinois Media Center.
IMC.
That's right. So big shout out, Brandon Migalski. Happy belated birthday. That was yesterday.
Nice.
And big influence. Awesome group. So it was really about the sound, because what I liked is that no one expected this body to be with this voice.
Right. Did
So-
someone say, hey, you get into radio? How did...
It happened a lot when I was pretty much doing a lot of customer service and I'm talking to people. Everyone's like, oh, wow, do you do anything with that? I'm like, nah, I'm just kind of here, doing my thing. And a lot of it actually came up when I was a chocolatier. So I had a dipping theater.
Now, yeah, what's a chocolatier?
Oh, a chocolatier. Yeah, that's right. It is a thing. Chocolatier. What you would do, because I worked for Godiva.
Okay.
And, or what some people called Go Diva.
Go Dave.
Go Diva or Godiva.
All right.
Either way, I loved our symbol. It was a naked lady riding on a horse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
Our
like
thing was,
that.
she decided to cut tax breaks like for the whole city in order. The king's like, no, and she's like, well, then I'm just going to go make a statement. Now I don't know exactly how they connected, but
Right.
everyone had a good time.
Okay.
But anyway, so then we get to that, and I just saw so many people. I made so many awesome confections. I just dipped chocolate, literally, as a theater. So I was in front of this fishbowl of a window and everything.
Get out.
I put on the hat. And then I'd be like, whoop, whoop, go in the white chocolate, go in the dark chocolate. Drizzle with one strawberry onto another. It was like, what? And then I'd be like, come on down, come get yours. Cone, single, huge, you name it. And a lot of people were like, you got to do something with that. So I
Yes.
figured, all right. I mean, I've already been to school a bunch of times, but.
Where is your
throw
school
back in.
from?
So,
What college?
Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
There you go, KU. Get that out for you
All right,
guys.
I know a little bit of that last basketball season was a little hectic, but did make the Final Four.
You did.
Whole other story, though,
Yeah.
hey? Still very proud. But decided to go back into school, and it was awesome. That was a really quick school, year course, but they got you into video, radio, and fast-paced. So it's
Yeah.
not like you're sitting there for a long time waiting to get the experience. 2 weeks into the school, you're in the studio. And suddenly, I'm doing my announcement talking about how, people and ZZ Top and a lot of classic rock songs I'm like talking about, and essentially you have to do a little teaser into the next song.
Yeah.
So I talk about how my mom met ZZ Top and, kind of yes and no. What happened, they left their luggage on the plane. She's a good deed woman, and she is so far from starstruck, not to mention hates classic rock. Not her thing, man. She likes classical,
Okay.
But she goes, I'm going to do what I need to do as a flight attendant, and I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna bring this man his luggage. So she goes to the hotel, waits on him, made her wait in the lobby for like 3 hours. Now by this time she's like, oh no, this is not what I came down for. And it's true, but she's like, they probably thought I was a groupie. So she gets a little upset, but I have to share this story. So I share the story. It goes into ZZ Top, one of my favorite songs, and that's when someone heard me, and they point to the speaker above, and they go, who is this? It was me. I was doing the announcement. So right after that, it was just this huge push to get me there. And then, of course, being in this town and only having so many media outlets, it took a while.
It did?
To get into that. Yeah, it took like 3 years of pounding on the door and saying, you don't know this yet, but you want me. So, and after a little while, it finally worked. That all came down, and this is where your story comes in.
Amen.
So I had a little bit of video experience.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey man, I know what's going on. I'm like, okay, well, I know a bit of audio. I'm getting better every day. But how about video? I need a little bit of help. And you promised me Rick. And since then, I've just been like flying in light years, learning all this camera stuff, different camera equipment. And so my favorite thing is really being there for everything.
Yeah.
Essentially, if you have a camera and stuff's going down, you're there. So before, I used to just work here. That's all I ever did.
Right.
Now I get to go to events and be like, ha-ha! I see the Ponce game, people are flipping. I see Cowboy Downhills where same thing, people are flipping. Pretty much any time where people are biffing and flipping, I'm there.
Oh my gosh. Let me ask you, do you prefer or do you like the audio over the video or the video over the audio, or do you like the merging of both?
To me, they're two hand in hand.
They are.
But what I do emphasize slightly more, and which is why I continue to work on audio and want to improve even with this, is because if you're watching anything, and maybe you take your eyesight off of it, you're always able to listen.
Yeah.
So I got to make sure that when you're not looking at it, that you're not going, ooh, I
What
can't
is
listen to this. Or you go to start watching something, and you can't understand it. It turns people off.
Yeah.
So you got to have that right voice. It's like your favorite radio station, and then somebody like this comes in and talks. And you're like, I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. So boop, you flip it off. Not because you didn't like the song coming up.
Right.
You didn't even want to know what song was coming up with a voice like that. So that's why there's a bit of emphasis on audio, and that's just mine. But this is where Rick comes in.
Yeah.
And he's the video guy, so together, Rick
We
and
got
Rock,
this.
man.
We got this. How perfect is that? What has been your favorite event to cover since you've been here?
Oof. Well, that's tough because, I mean, this being one of the first years I'm actually able to
Yeah.
get back into the market and back outside, I'm just thrilled to have the moments, you know?
Sure.
Anytime I can get outside or someone goes, well, I think you can dig up some old footage or someone can send you some. I'm like, no, get me out. Let me be out there, even if I'm just recording the river. I love doing that because, you go out there even just once a month, you see the change. So, I mean, honestly, but any major events that I really like, I love when a lot of people are around.
Sure.
Social interaction, and to be able to be behind the camera, and then I go, and they start pretty much instigating reactions out of people.
Yeah.
So that I put people on the spot, and they'll do either something awkward, or they won't know how to be, or they do something amazing, and you're like, gold. So that's why I like, because you'll keep rolling, even when you think you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And suddenly you get something like a bird pooping on reed. You just never know what can happen.
That is gold. You've been here long enough as well now. Tell me why you like mud season.
Hey, what I always tell people, mud season is the time for donuts in the parking lot and cartwheels in the store because of the room. You just can do it. I can sit there and pretend to be a ballerina in the middle of like Safeway or City Market, and it takes them 5 minutes to tell me to stop.
You're good with that.
Yeah. Very good.
The Rock, making Hello Steamboat what it is. If you see her having a donut in the street or doing a cartwheel, say hi to her. She might tell you a good joke as well. Rock, thank you for the time.
Anytime.
Appreciate it. Hello Steamboat. We'll be back. I got Loretta Conway coming in. She's going to give us all things tennis. Stick around.